Okay, good morning everyone. This is biology class, grade 11, and I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Okay, let's go to what we have to do today. Today we are going to be talking about gas exchange and smoking. So in this lesson, we'll be talking about the human gas exchange system. We're going to be talking about the different structures in this system. We're going to be talking about smoking. How can smoking affect our gas exchange system? So let's start. What is gas exchange? Gas exchange is a movement of gases into and out of an organism's body. Okay? But this happens across a gas exchange surface. Okay? So gas exchange is the movement of gases into and out of organism's body, and this happens across a gas exchange surface. So we know that animals take in oxygen for aerobic respiration, right? And they release CO2. Plants also respire, but during daylight hours, they photosynthesize at a greater rate than they respire. And so they take in CO2 and release oxygen. All right, the body surfaces across which these gases diffuse in and out of the body are called the gas exchange surface. In mammals, including humans, the gas exchange surface is the surface of the alveoli in the lungs. So when we talk about gas exchange surface in humans, we're talking about the alveoli in the lungs. So let's look at the human gas exchange system. So we have established the fact that plants respire and also animals also respire. So the exchange of these gases, how these gases go in and out, is what we mean by gas exchange. Okay. So look at this. The structure of the gas exchange system. So this diagram shows the structure of the gas exchange system. So we are going to be looking closely into this diagram. The first thing we see is the trachea, and you will see this. Outside of the trachea, we have the cartilage. Then the trachea then branches into each lungs, and we have the bronchus. Okay? So we have the ribs. Look at this. In between the ribs, we have muscles. We have the external, the one outside is the external intercostal muscles. The one inside is the internal intercostal muscles. Okay? So we have the bronchial, this. So these branches further divide into other tiny parts called, so we have the alveolus. So we already said that the gas exchange surface is this. This is the gas exchange surface. So this is basically where the gas exchange happens. So this is the structure of the human gas exchange system. So look at this next diagram. This shows us what we have inside lining of the trachea, bronchi, and the bronchioles. So we have ciliated epithelial cells, we have the cilia, we have the mucus, we have the goblet cell. This is what we have inside the trachea, Okay, and so this is what we have inside this. So this structure or this diagram shows us what goes on inside this. Do you understand? So inside this we have the cilia cells, we have the mucus, we have the goblet cell. What happens is the goblet cell secretes or produces the mucus. You know mucus, what you have in your nose that can go into your throat. Okay, so what this does basically is it traps the bacteria or the dust particles that you have in your nose, and it prevents them from getting into the lungs and damaging the cells in the lungs. Okay, so that's what happens. So you understand that this structure, this diagram is just telling us what goes on inside the trachea. So, all right, so this diagram shows us what the alveolus looks like. All right, we said it has a thin layer of fluid containing suffocant. It has elastic fibers. It has capillary wall that is 1 cell thick. It has the alveolar wall that is also 1 cell thick. Who can tell me, why is it just 1 cell thick? Why is it not very thick? Why? Yes, if you said because of diffusion, you're correct. Because the walls has to be thin so that the gases can diffuse in and out within the shortest time. You understand? So all of these are thin because it's, a gas exchange surface. The gases need to go in and out within the shortest time. Okay? So let's go to each of this. Cartilage. What does a cartilage do? What does a cartilage do? Provides support. Okay? It prevents the tubes from collapsing when the air pressure inside them is low. So the cartilage you can find in the walls of the trachea and the bronchi. What it does is it provides support. So, we go to the silated epithelium. The silated epithelium is also found in the lining. Where is the cartilage found? The walls of the trachea, outside. The silated epithelium is found inside, in the lining of the trachea, the bronchi, and some bronchioles. It's a single layer of cells whose outer surface are covered with thin extension called the cilia. These cilia are able to move. So, let's go back to this diagram shortly. Let's go back to this diagram. Look at this diagram. This is silated epithelium. This is the cilia. Okay? This is the cell. The cell has the cilia, and these cilia are able to sweep. To sweep means they can move from one side and go to another side. All right? And this is the cartilage. We said the cartilage is found outside the trachea, but the silated epithelium is found in the lining inside the trachea. Okay, so let's continue. So what do this cilia, how do they help the human gas exchange system? They sweep mucus. So when you have mucus in your nose, they sweep it towards the mouth, okay, helping to prevent dust particles and bacteria from reaching the lungs. They prevent dust particles and bacteria from reaching the lungs. That's what they do. Okay, the goblet cells are also found in the silated epithelium. What do? They secrete mucus, and this mucus will trap dust particles and bacteria. So the cilia and the goblet cells protect the lungs, basically, because they prevent dust particles and bacteria from reaching the lungs and damaging the lungs. So we go to the smooth muscles. The smooth muscles are found in the walls, that's outside of the trachea, the bronchi, and the bronchioles. And this type of muscle can contract slowly, but for long periods without tiring. Okay, so when it contracts, it reduces the diameter of the tubes. During exercise, it relaxes and it widens the tube so more air can reach the lungs. Okay, so let me explain. When you're exercising, let's say you're in the gym, you're running, you're playing football, you're exercising, you need more air to get into your lungs. Okay, so what does this smooth muscle do? The smooth muscle then relax. So when they relax, they become bigger. So the tube becomes bigger. That's the trachea. The tube called the trachea becomes bigger and more air can reach the lungs. Okay, so that's what the smooth muscles does. They help to relax and to contract the trachea. Okay, so we go to the next one, the elastic fibers. The elastic fibers are found in the walls of all tubes and between the alveoli. So when breathing in, these fibers stretch. They stretch, okay? They stretch to allow the alveoli and the airways to expand. When breathing out, they recoil to help reduce the volume of the alveoli and take out. Expel means to take out the air out of the lungs. I'm going to explain the elastic fibers again. Okay? The first thing you need to note is elastic fibers are found in the wall of all tubes and between the alveoli. So this is what they do. When you breathe in, try to breathe in. When you breathe in, the fibers will stretch. Okay? They become longer. Okay? They stretch to allow the alveoli and the airways to expand. So when they stretch, the alveoli expands, the airways also expands. Okay? That is when you're breathing in. When you're breathing out, they recoil. Okay? They recoil. Okay? They recoil. Okay? When they recoil, they help to reduce the volume of the alveoli and to take out the air of the lungs. Okay? So let's do a quick recap of what we have discussed so far. We have discussed the gaseous exchange. We said that gas it needs to be exchanged. CO2 needs to go out and O2 needs to come in. And we said gas exchange is the movement of gases in and out of organism's body across the gas exchange surface. And we said in the human we have gas exchange system that has the trachea, and we said this is the cartilage on the wall of the trachea outside, and we have the bronchus, we have the ribs, we have the external intercostal muscle, external. We have internal intercostal muscles, we have the bronchiole, we have the alveolus, we have the diaphragm. Okay, and we said that in the lining of this trachea, the bronchus, and sometimes the bronchiole, we have the dilated epithelial cell. The dilated epithelial cell contains the cilia. What does the cilia do? It sweeps like this. Okay? And when it sweeps, it prevents dust particles or bacteria from entering into the lungs. Okay? So inside. We also have the goblet cell. The goblet cell produces mucus. Mucus is sticky and slimy. Okay? That you have in your nose, in your mouth, in your throat. Okay, and what does this do? The same. They also trap the particles and prevent it from getting into the lungs. And we said in the human gas exchange system, the gas exchange surface is called the alveolus. Okay? It's called the alveolus, and we said that one key thing that the alveolus has is that they are thin. The walls are thin. Okay? So this helps to increase the rate of diffusion. It helps diffusion to happen in a short time, the diffusion of gases. Okay, so let's look at this. This is a cross-section of airways to show the distribution of tissues. Okay, so this Dark is the smooth muscles. So you see, we have the smooth muscles in the trachea. We have smooth muscles in the bronchus. We also have some smooth muscles in the bronchial. We have connective tissues. These represent the connective tissues. This, we have the cartilage. You can see the cartilage. And we have the dilated epithelium. So what are the functions of these things? What do they do? So, who can tell me where is the cartilage found? In the wall of the trachea. Good. What does it do? Provide support and prevent the tube, the trachea, from collapsing. Okay? The dilated epithelium, where is it found? Inside, in the lining of the trachea. Okay? It's a single layer cell and it's covered with cilia. What does the cilia do? They sweep mucus upward towards the mouth, help to prevent dust particles and bacteria from reaching the lungs. We have the goblet cells. Okay? What does the goblet cells do? They're also found in the dilated epithelium. They secrete mucus. And what does the mucus do? It traps dust particles and bacteria. Okay? We have smooth muscles. So what does a smooth muscle do? Where are they found? They are found in the trachea. Good. So what does it do? They contract slowly, but for long periods without tiring, number one. When it contracts, it reduces the diameter of the tube, okay, and it relaxes during exercise. So when it relaxes, it increases or it makes the tubes bigger, so more air can reach the lungs, okay? Because you're exercising, you need oxygen, a lot of oxygen. All right, so we also have the elastic fibers. The elastic fibers are found in the walls of all tubes and between the alveoli. Okay, the fibers stretch to allow the alveoli and the airways expand. When breathing out, it recoils to reduce the volume of the alveoli, so it can expel the air out of the lungs. Okay, till I see you in the next class, be safe. Bye-bye.